Somalia's president has signed into law a new convention on the rights of the child. Children in the East African nation continue to face daily challenges posed by conflict, displacement, malnutrition and disease. 1 in 7 die before reaching the age of 5, and fewer than half of them attend school. Abdulaziz Billow reports from Mogadishu on what, if anything, this new law will do to help improve the lives of the youngest Somalis.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud officially ratified the Convention on the Rights of Children at a ceremony held in a Mogadishu school. Somalia is the 195th state party to sign the document.
We want our children to be leaders who can take on national and international responsibilities. Some of the children in front of me today will be among the leaders that take responsibility for the Somali nation and the world as well.
The convention articulates a set of universal rights to protect children. Among them is right to life, survival and development. Decades of conflict in the East African nation have raised its child and maternal mortality rates to among the worst in the world. But with the recent signing, the United Nations Children's Fund has expressed hope that in the near future, Somalia's government will be in a position to protect its own children.
UNICEF looks forward to working with the government to implement this convention and work towards achieving key results on the protection of children's rights within the next 2 years. The next 2 years are actually key, because as the government will be submitting the first progress report on the implementation of this convention.
According to UN figures, 1 in 7 Somali children die before reaching the age of 5, mostly from preventable illnesses, and only 4 in 10 children are in school. Human rights activists in Mogadishu welcomed the signing as a positive step. Amina Arale of the Somali Women Development Center says the Somali government will now be held accountable for any violation against children.
It's the responsibility of the government to ensure the rights of the children are protected. By signing the agreement, the government can be held accountable on any crime committed on children at the courts. The Somali children have a golden opportunity and will have the rights protected.
Although implementing the accord will take time, the government says it will now work on drafting and adopting child-friendly policies and systems, implement measures to boost child survival, development, participation and protection, and provide regular reports on its progress to the UN's Committee on the Rights of the Child. Abdulaziz Billow for VOA News, Mogadishu.
Well, the United Nations agency UNICEF is working to identify out-of-school marginalized children in Somalia and providing them with access to quality primary education. For more insight, we are joined live via Skype from Nairobi, Kenya, by Sheema Sen Gupta, Chief Child Protection. This is a very exciting development in Somalia, but just share with us what this means to you, the work you do, particularly as a child protection person there.
Actually, it's a big step. It's a step towards ensuring that children can access their rights. In Somalia, in the last year, we've been working with the new government. The government has prioritized rule of law and setting up legislation and frameworks, in general, to improve the rule of law in the country. Within this, access to justice for children, ensuring that children can access their rights through the appropriate legislative frameworks, systems, and service provision has been our priority. So this actually makes it so much easier, because now there is a commitment which everybody understands in government and in all the regions, and it makes it so much easier for us to work in developing that framework for the children.
Now we know that the government may make this commitment, but one of the major threats against children and other Somalis is actually the militant group Al-Shabaab. So how does that come into play?
I think, the group has been there, and the government is working towards handling that issue and providing security for its citizens. For us, that's really where we come in, looking at the justice sector, looking at the rule of law institutions, working with them, trying to put the frameworks in place while the government works with MSOM to ensure safety and security and to deal with the group.
Now, we know that one of the things UNICEF is trying to do is to help children go to school. How do you make them feel comfortable and safe to walk to school, many times long distances?
The truth of it is we have areas in Somalia which are some more accessible than the others, in the sense that some have really been cleared of Al-Shabaab presence, and those are safer areas for children. If you look at the statistics of IDPs, they move to safer areas. And one of the things we ensure is that in these areas, there are schools that children can go to safely, that they can access, and actually also bringing them back for the displaced people and the displaced population, going out to them, doing the outreach and ensuring that they bring the children back to school is one of our priorities.
Well, Sheema, thank you very much for your insights.
Thank you.
Well, Sheema Sen Gupta is Chief Child Protection Program in Somalia for UNICEF.